there is the formal sector and then there is the informal sector, right? So all these labor rights and things that we talk about is generally people think is applicable only to the formal sector. But in,
Right.
in a country like ours, where most of the workers are in the informal sector, there are no laws that are applied to that. Your thoughts on that, and what can we do to overcome that?
Well, in fact, there has been too much attention to the formal sector when it comes to workers' rights, because they're easy to catch, because they operate under the law, so they're very easy to get hold of, and also because the RMG sector is so big and they export to the world, so there is almost a searchlight focus on that industry. Right. So you have Industry All and other international alliances of labor rights who swoop down on the garments factories to ensure that workers' rights are properly maintained. Some say that they do that because the factory owners themselves did not address these issues properly, and that's why we had situations like Rana Plaza, which is true. But there is also the disproportionate focus on the formal sector actually also dilutes the bigger problem that we have in the informal sector. So this, as you correctly pointed out, this needs to be addressed, as I said, from street side restaurants to tea stalls to small shops to micro industries, everywhere, and domestic help. Everywhere we see millions of workers working around the country. They're the biggest employers. So that, I think, requires much more comprehensive focus from the government and the regulators and also communities. Right. And then also gradually, there should be awareness about their rights, about 8-hour workday. If they're underage, then they're, attending to their education needs and skill development needs. That should also be addressed at the same time. But this is a major issue. But, having said that, we must be careful when we address this, not to throw away the child with the bathwater. Though we must be very careful about that, because they are the biggest employer in the country. Absolutely. The informal sector is the biggest employer. So those employment must be protected also.